Now we come to the spool holder. I had been waiting to decide where I was going to put the extruder, and the actual decision for that was determined by the spool holder. This is the spool holder. You have two bearings. The idea is that it fits on the edge and it rotates around there. Now, the trouble with this design is that as it's fixed on the triangle, this center distance cannot vary. You can only change the end position of one and hopefully get it. But unfortunately, this 160mm size spool does not fit inside with the holders on. So, as most of my suppliers now seem to send me this size reel, I decided that I won't bother using these. So these go back into the extra bits kit. I got out the spool holder that I designed for the Up 3D printer, the original Up, and it was designed to take the two size spools. I did have a lug like this one up here, but one of the reels that I got for the PLA actually had serrations in the centre, so it wasn't hollow. So where it rubbed on the lug, you get clunk, 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 clunk and jamming up. So I just filed that off and made it smooth. So just simply put it on. So there it is. Spins freely. The extruder modifications that you've seen that I've made before with the guide, just have to feed it up through the bottom and up it goes. Now the extruder is 150mm from that edge, and that's the size that you cut off of the tube. So it's roughly the amount that I cut off is the amount there. I've also drilled two holes in this corner bracket, and the reason for that is that this is the wraparound tubing. This tubing here is the expanding sleeving, and this is the wraparound split. This is great for where you have tubes coming out, wires coming out, but it doesn't expand. So you need to get the size to suit your diameter of all your cabling. So I have the wraparound all the way up to the top. In the video on the expandable sleeving, I show you how to make a trumpet end, the best way to have ends. So this then just fits into the trumpet end. There is a smaller 6mm and the 8mm for the different cabling. And then all the JST connectors are all in there. And as you can see, I'm running the feeder tube through there, and it's just held in place. There, I just use some Velcro. It stays there, but I just like to tidy it up, and then it runs down. On the other side, when the 4mm expandable sleeving comes in the colours, that will just be fitted in there, and that will go down the side. So the only visible wires you see is this cable, and that's it. A lot neater, a lot better. I also plan that where the tube runs is to just put a piece of felt, bit of cloth, just to catch any sort of dust that may be on the old reels laying around. So that's the long reel holder, just fits in with the same screws and nuts into the extrusion. I made the extruder, like I mentioned earlier, with a sort of C bracket. I've just got a piece of plastic off a black irrigation tube, cut it in half, that fits in. That's just to grip it against the aluminium. I don't want to scratch the aluminium. Also, when you design it, just make one leg sit out, say 2mm, 3mm, and that way you tighten this one flat, and then this one is in your tension to squeeze it on. So the accuracy, you can be, say, mill out, it could be a bit loose, and this will tighten it up and clamp it for you. So it's very, very solid. That cabling will then just go down through there, and 1 metre length was $5. So it's 500% or 5 times the price of the expandable. So if you can use the expandable, it's great. If you want to be able to wrap, unwrap, also great. But the problem I found is that, again, all these parts are made for one particular kit, and it's not this kit, and they just put them in. So the main power cables going to the hot end are a bit short. They won't reach over to the electronics ramps board, so I'll have to put extensions in. So if you are going to go this way and you're going to buy another hot end, make sure you have at least 1 metre 100 of lead.